gears to COVID for a minute.
Sure.
What is the White House's response to some experts who have said that the U.S. is not necessarily doing enough to prepare for this next bit of a pandemic surge that we are already beginning to see in other parts of the globe?
Well, I would say, I'm not sure, can you give me a little more additional context of the comments?
I had seen, yes, some comments that just basically that the U.S. needs to be doing more to prepare, whether that is around, building up a supply. They pointed to the low rates of booster shots in particular as being a point of concern, and that was, the booster shots in particular.
Well, I think our primary concern right now is that we're about to run out of funding, and we are always making an effort to be ahead of and be prepared for any new wave, any new variant. And even as BA2 has been in this country for some time, and as of last week, it was about a quarter to a third of cases. We know it's quite transmissible, but we know that the treatments we have are effective in treating BA2, the BA2 variant. Our concern right now is that we are going to run out of money to provide the types of vaccines, boosters, treatments to the immunocompromised, and others free of charge that will help continue to battle increasing, the increase or the upflow or the increase of COVID in the future. So that's where our primary focus is. Beyond that, I'm not sure additional context of those comments.
Just one related question. Has the White House been in touch with any of the pharmaceutical companies who were specifically working on the under age 5 population recently? Vaccines, I know that those were put into practice and then removed in terms of actually having implementation. I just wondered what the communications were.
Yeah, well, it typically goes, of course, through the FDA and the CDC as it should, all of the data. So we would leave those channels to continue to consider when it's ready to move to the next phase.
No sort of increased communication or urgency around getting back.
Well, I think science moves at the speed of science, right? And of course many people here have children under 5, but it's important that it moves through the effective gold standard process. And of course, we are in touch with the pharmaceutical companies for a range of reasons, including purchasing supplies to plan ahead for the need for boosters and other vaccines in the future, even as we are worried about running out of money. But the process for when it would be ready to go through the FDA and CDC process is left to the scientists.
Jen, can I ask
Go ahead.